each and every one of you, my friends, and welcome to this new lesson of common mistakes Indonesians do in English. I'm Stefano, and I'm going to be your host once again in today's video. During our last lesson, we have analyzed some of the most common mistakes Indonesian learners make when they speak English, and of course the list still goes on. Would you like to join me once again in a journey of discovery? By the end of this lesson, I'm sure that you will be quite surprised of how easy it actually is to improve your skills in English. Be ready though, as the sentences in this lesson might get a bit more tricky than the ones we have discussed previously. Come on, let's get going. Our first sentence. I've been here during 3 days. Does this sentence sound familiar to you? Well, if you translate the word during into selama, like many Indonesian learners do, the sentence might seem and sound correct, because in your mind it could mean saya sudah di sini selama 3 hari. Now, be careful. We use during to say when something happens if it happens in a period of time. Look at these examples. I talked about my previous jobs during the interview. I felt bored during the presentation. She was very silent during the meeting. So, how should the sentence go then? Yeah. If we want to talk about the length of time something lasts, we use for. I've been here for 3 days. For indicates how long I've been there. It's now time for our second sentence. It is more hot here than in my country. How about this one? Would you give it a thumbs up? I don't think you would, because we don't use more for one-syllable adjectives. We add er to the end of those adjectives. So, the correct form is it's hotter here than in my country. We use more with 2-syllable adjectives that are not ending in y, and for 3 or more syllable adjectives. Here are some more examples. He is taller than me. Kevin is funnier than his brother. You are more beautiful than you realize. Is it clearer now? I'm sure that it is. Let's now move to the next one. This portion of fried rice is very much. What do you guys think of this one? You are not very convinced, are you? Me neither. Why? Because if you want to describe the size of the portion, you can say this portion of fried rice is very big. We use the adjectives big to describe the known portion. And if you want to say that the food is more than you can handle, you can say this fried rice is too much. Simple, isn't it? We are now about to reach next and last sentence. I must to call him before we go. Is the structure of the sentence correct? Let's take a closer look. Must is a modal auxiliary verb and it should be followed by the base form of a main verb. So it should go I subject, must modal auxiliary verb, plus call, base form of a main verb, plus the rest of the sentence. I must call him before we go. Another sentence that has a similar meaning to the previous sentence is I have to call him before we go. In this case, we cannot remove the word to because the main verb have in this sentence should be followed by the to infinitive to call. See, once again we made it through. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and always keep in mind that the best way to learn English is by surrounding yourself with English and practicing a lot. So, what's a better decision than joining Leah? As always, my friend, stay safe and see you in the next lesson.